So in this video, we will be discussing some practice questions that will be based on strings, lists, tuples, and sets and dictionaries. So let's go to the first practice question for strings. In this example, we have been asked to take a string as an input and print first three characters, last three characters, and string reversed. So like we have like taken an input here, and we can see that the input, the prompt is asking for entering a string, and we have like printed value. That's the value that we're like receiving the input in, whatever the value we get. And once we get the value, we can see that we have mentioned uh, string slice that we want to start with 0 index and print up till 3. For example, if we can print if we can like input Python, you can clearly see that we can like using this we can print first three characters of the word, and for the last three characters we can start at the end, like discussed in the previous string lecture. For the Python, we discussed there are negative indices as well in Python, so we started with the third last element in the word, and we then moved forward till the end, and that's where we were able to print h1. For reverse, we can like start like from anywhere from 0, or we cannot mention anything, and we can just mention the step size, that's -1. That will print everything in reverse, and we can clearly see it here. Next we had an example like practice question in which we were asked to count how many times the word Python appears, and that should be case sensitive. So we can see that we have a sentence, and we are actually inputting in the sentence variable, and what we will do, we'll count the number of Python appearing that sentence. So we can write that, we can write something like Python and like space again Python, and we can write something like with lowercase Python, and let's write Java as well. So I've written like 4 words, and let's see the count of Python, how many times it is appearing. It's actually 2. Why it's 2? Because even though we have written 3 times Python, but we can clearly see there's a case that's not matching. So we are searching for an uppercase P, YTH1, and this is a lowercase p. So that's why we have 2 answers here. Let's look at the third question. That is from list and tuples. So it's asking to take 5 numbers from the user and store them in a list, and then print the list. And for the next task, we need to find maximum and minimum using maximum function in the list. So it's a very easy question. We can clearly see that we created an empty list, and we created a for loop with range 5. What it will do, it will take input, and we are appending the value that we are inputting. And very important thing, we are converting that input to int. So we have typecasting it as well. Once we have a complete list that we wanted, now we can print it. And for the max function, we can just pass the list. It will give you the max value. And for the min, it will give the min value. For example, let's say we enter 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We can clearly see that we have max value 5 and min value 1. Let's look at the question number 4. So here where we have to create tuple, and we have to create a tuple containing your name, age, city, and print using unpacking. So having said that, we can clearly see that we created a tuple, and in which we passed the name, age, and the city, and that's actually the part of packing where we are creating a tuple and assigning to a variable. And that's the part where is unpacking. We are actually unpacking the tuple and assigning the variables their respective values using unpacking a tuple. And we can clearly see, we can print them and clearly see what the output is. So we unpacked it successfully, and we can see the output. Next, we have fifth question, that is from sets. So it's asking for taking 6 number from the user and store them in a list and convert them into a set and print a unique number. So we know that like converting anything to set, like any list to set, will give us unique numbers or unique elements. So here we again created a loop. Now this time the loop is for 6 values, and what we are doing here is we are appending the values to the list. Once we append it, here is a statement that converts that list into set, and it removes any duplicate elements. Now we get unique elements, and we can print the complete set here. So running it, and let's input some values: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So yeah, let's run it again, and let's enter some duplicate values. So I can add 1 times, 2 times, and 3 times. Okay, so we get 1, 2, 3 because 2 and 3 were repeated. So that's our answer for practice question number 5. Finally, we have our last question for dictionary. So that's asking for creating a dictionary for student name, roll number, marks, and put it in a clean format using F-string. So yeah, that's a very interesting question. That also uses F-string. So here is the dictionary that contains name, and we have written the name. We have entered the roll number. And then we have marks, and we entered marks. And finally, we are printing it. We are printing it using the F-string. So F-string is a string which allows you to use variables in it, and we can print them as is. So here's a very interesting thing. We never separated the inverted commas, so it's a single quotation, and in which we have introduced curly brackets, and we have written the variable to print. So it will print the value, not this as is. So that's the power of a string that can be used to print the values. So that's it for the practice questions. You can try it yourself, and we will see you in the next video. Thank you.